A home is an essential foundation for every individual, a place of comfort and security where you live, rest, raise a family, and connect with and contribute to your community. Every person deserves access to high-quality, affordable housing, a place to call home. But this dream has been getting increasingly harder to achieve and maintain for Americans over the past several decades due to a whole list of circumstances.
There's a problem with affordable housing, and the problem is that there just isn't enough of it. 1 in 7 households in the United States spends more than 50% of their income on housing, which leaves little or nothing for them to spend on living. There was a shortage of affordable housing leading up to 2019, and then as a result of the pandemic, we had skyrocketing unemployment. And the unemployment also, it disproportionately affected people of lower and moderate income. The jobs that people could do from home tended to be the higher income jobs. People that got displaced and lost their jobs were the ones that had to go to a location. And when we went through a pandemic and went through a lot of lockdowns, it took a huge segment of low and moderate income people and removed their job, removed their source of income, and they were already struggling to make the payments on whatever housing they had.
There's an increasing number of rent-burdened households, certainly in the markets that we operate in, but really across the country. So that issue just keeps growing. The statistics out there show that we need to produce far more affordable housing than, frankly, we're capable of providing. To adequately address that, all we can do is continue to strive towards it and work with communities to find creative ways to get the job done. Each year, the crisis gets more severe. There's a variety of factors for that. Exploding home prices is just exacerbating the issue. So when we say an affordable housing crisis, it really runs the gamut of incomes. You know, we're not just talking about a certain income class. It's becoming harder and harder for nearly all families and individuals to afford a home. It's a much broader issue than I think is often interpreted.
2.7 million people per year are kicked out of their homes because they can't afford rent. Yet even with this dire need for more affordable housing, new development is still often met with resistance by nearby residents and property owners alike.
It largely comes down to stereotypes. The classic stereotype of the slumlord developer who comes in and builds low quality housing and doesn't continue to reinvest and maintain the properties in a way that prevents them from deteriorating and bringing down the community around them, which is really not what affordable housing is today. As well as the stereotype of the affordable housing resident. There's this view sometimes in society that the affordable resident is the uneducated and the unemployed, and that's just really not who our residents are. I've been amazed to see just how engaged in the community a lot of our residents are, and how much value they bring, and just how much their lives can be changed just by simply having quality housing at a rent that doesn't burden them against their income.
Because when I first seen that they was building these apartments, so I was like, oh, I gotta get in here. So yes, I do appreciate this. It's actually my first apartment by myself. I was very fortunate for being my first place. Such a nice place, it's very beautiful. New stove, new refrigerator, new dishwasher. I never had a dishwasher and I love it. Those things are nice. It's a beautiful view. I see downtown, and when the lights come on, it's real nice. I have other vets that are there as well. My son just gave me a grandson. We got the little playground down that's right underneath my apartment, so I can't wait for that.
Every American should have the right to have a home at an affordable price without prejudice or stigma. With rising rent and housing costs in America, we need to change how we view affordability, ensuring that paying for rent doesn't mean skipping basic needs like medical care or meals. Conifer has spent over 45 years addressing this imbalance and providing high-quality, state-of-the-art housing solutions for those who need it most.
Just having seen firsthand the difference that affordable housing can make in the quality of life of the individual, the family, the larger community, it really motivates us to serve our mission and to see the industry continue to grow and serve the broader mission. It's not just the general resident population. There's so much that we do that affect a wide and diverse range of residents and their needs. Our Liberty Landing community here in Rochester Rochester, and our entire resident base is veterans. And in partnership with VOC, we not only provide quality housing, but we also provide a range of resident services specific to their needs. Our Gala community just outside of Philadelphia, which stands for Golden Age Living Accommodations. That is a community that we developed in partnership with a local church, and we serve senior citizen residents, and again with a wide range of services that are tailored specifically to their needs, whether it be health and wellness, social activities, transportation services. There's also our Market Apartments at Corpus Christi here in Rochester. We did an adaptive reuse old school facility. It had been sitting vacant for over a decade. We were able to redevelop it as a quality housing community with a preference for artists. So we have a range of services that serve artists and their creative collaboration.
The housing crisis needs to be addressed now. A new wave of retirees, along with increasing disparities between rising rents and stagnant wages, could place already vulnerable communities in more dire situations.
Our saying of home for possibilities just clicks so well with what we see in every day and what we do. If you talk to any of our residents and hear the stories, first act of providing a home that's not free, but it's affordable to that person or that family, the stress that reduces for them. It shifts from, well, what are we going to do to be able to have a home to live in, or how are we going to afford it, to, okay, I've got that box checked, now what?
It's everybody's problem, and we can't all look to somebody else to solve it. Everybody has to contribute. It's dire circumstances if we don't solve it. But beyond that, what a great world it would be if everybody had a high quality place to live.
To learn more, contact us today